A video about Marlon Brando and George C. Scott both refusing to get their acceptance at the Oscars, which is still a big deal. Marlon Brando sent a Native American woman to represent, and he talked about mistreatment. He wanted to send a message. She got booed, but she was speaking up on behalf. I think it was a very powerful statement that he was doing because he didn't want to be associated with the awards. I want to know when these so-called rebels and acts who talked out and spoke out, who get there and get all happy about the awards, did they not take cue from these guys? Because that said a lot that Marlon Brando played a lifetime of a role. And he had many great roles. He was one of the greatest actors ever. But Don Corleone, come on now. When you played that role, that was the role of all roles. That was a role that, you never ever had to pay for a meal again if you dressed up as the Don and you said, I'll make an offer you can't refuse. You know where you were. You know what the tone, the speech, the flavor of it was. So it said a lot for him to not go there and accept it. That gave him a whole different level of respect, and it's like, yeah, that speaks volumes to that. Then you get to George C. Scott, who played Patton, which was a very powerful movie. And I remember watching it way back in the day, not understand the whole totality of it, but I watched it because I used to keep it with all the movies that were nominated or had won when I cared about that sort of thing. And, no one had said anything to me about it. I just watched it. But the interesting thing is that he wouldn't go because he didn't want to hear all the jabber and all the talk, which is true. And people get on the stage and they give you all this ramble about, their political beliefs and what they think and what they feel and this and all thing and like that. And they talk about kumbaya and all that. But they still working for the system. He didn't want to, he did his work. He wasn't trying to be all in the mix and all like that. Basically, it's like when you go to work, and I've gone had jobs. I didn't do the company party. I didn't do the company shindig. I don't do all that mess. Get in, get out, punch the clock, go and do what I gotta do and get on out. Cause you're at work. You're not. It's not a fashion show. You're not. You're still very much at work. You're very much on the detail. You're very much on the grind. You're very much. So it's like we're not here to be. We're here to work. We got a job to do. We got things to do. So we're not here for, display. We're working. We're gonna make the most of it and keep it enlightened, but we're not here for anything else. So I think that gets lost a lot with that because it is still a job. And Hollywood is I think that spoke volumes that they both turned down the Oscars and they didn't want no parts of that situation. And I wonder what happened to the other so-called rebels and people that, always speak out on stuff. Where are they at? How come you don't see that much anymore? Because everybody's bought and paid for, and they know they got to sit there with those fake awards and those fake outfits and that fake scene and carry on and snivel and be like, oh, like that. It bound to take its totality. That's why a lot of them end up on something and they can't cope because they done sold out their souls. So to hear that these two rejected it for different reasons, but still, nonetheless, refused that. Couldn't imagine that in 2025. You couldn't imagine that. Even though, why should the awards even make any difference today? Because if any time in history, they really don't have no sway. Did they really ever have much sway? I mean, if you're a box office success story and people are seeing your work year in, year out, decade to decade, era to era, and what ain't gonna make no difference to your career? It really ain't. But anyway, tell me what you think though. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share it if you like and hit that membership because when you do requests like this come true, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.